What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to I Do It Myself. I'm Wayno. I'm here. It's Monday. It's the afternoon, though. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all had a good beginning, afternoon. But if you like what I do, hit that sub button. You know what I'm saying? And if you really like what I do, hit that like button as well. Today, we talking about Thugger. Young Thug, yes. First and foremost, I want to say some things regarding when I speak about Young Thug. So, I know there's a lot of people that don't genuinely or generally give a damn about Young Thug. I'm not one of those people. I actually like Thug. I actually like what Thug stands for in a lot of ways. And y'all gonna say, what you mean what he stand for? He always talking that dumbass street shit and da 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 da. To me, what Thug represents is opportunity. How you can maximize opportunity, how you can beat the odds, and how you can really put yourself in a position to take care of your family and your loved ones. Now, it's not like he ain't jeopardized that shit. We not just gonna skip over the fact that he just coming off of Rico and all of that, right? But guess what? He took his plea deal and he's serving out his sentence currently. He's on probation. There's things he can't and things he can do. But I like Thug because, like I said, I love the fact that every time I could think of Thug, when he spoke about his mom, about his dad, about his family, his brothers and his sisters, his kids, whether he did it in music or he did it doing interviews, that's the most sincere space I've ever seen him in. Now, what I want to talk to y'all about today, and the question I want to ask y'all is not if Thug is going to be okay, because guess what? He's not going to go flat broke or nothing like that. And we're not wishing nothing like that on him. But what I want to ask y'all today, right, is are y'all confused by what he's currently representing and operating, right? Because the album, we still haven't gotten the album. We got a single about 2 months ago. I'm saying he did promo for the album, GQ magazine, multitude of things and moving around, BET Awards, moving around with Mariah the Scientist. They did content together, I believe. And now I just feel like I'm in a space where I don't necessarily get where he's coming from because, listen, I think the biggest detriment to Thug has been not understanding how powerful social media is for him currently. When he tweets something, it's news, worldwide news. Everybody's talking about it. And he's not just tweeting about like people ratting, he tweets all types of stuff, right? But specifically, the magnifying glasses whenever he speaks about people who have told or ratted or whatever, however he feels about that. Because of what he's going through publicly with the Rico and all that. But the other day, I see Thug and I see Wallo. And when I see Thug and Wallo, I get excited because first and foremost, Wallo is a brother of mine. I trust him. He's never doing anything or saying anything to look silly out here. He's extremely headstrong about how he represents himself and others when he's around them. And his intent is always pure. That's one of the biggest things about Wallo. Even if you may not like him, everybody don't gotta like everybody. That's not how life goes. But his intent is always pure. And Wallo put this up. He says, from custody to comeback, these young men ages 14 through 24 are facing one of the toughest challenges of their lives. For many, it's after months or even years in custody, stepping into a 16-month journey of discipline, growth, and second chances. 4 months of military-style training, 2 months proving themselves through work and school, 10 months under strict community control, all designed to rebuild character, focus, and purpose. Salute to Judge Tanya Brinkley, the entire Miami-Dade County Boot Camp staff, and Thugger for showing up with powerful energy and encouragement. Every word, every moment of support matters because for these young men, their past does not define them, but their next move will. Very, very powerful words. Like, let's not, Goddamn, who wrote that? Like, did you write that, Lo? I'm gonna call you on that one. Nah, I'm just messing with Lo. But and the reason why I am and this was 2 days ago when he posted that, right? But the reason why I'm a little confused as to how Thug operates socially on social media is because the other day, and you know we gonna take the good with the bad. I just spoke about how I feel about Thug personally, and also I only met him one time. You know what I'm saying? I met him one time when I first moved down here to Atlanta. He was very, you know what I mean, very, very real, recognized real. I just leave it there, right? But the other day he puts, "You fucking rap representative, shut up." And I'm like, damn, Thug. One step forward, one step back. Now, my concern with Thug, this is not necessarily music driven. Mosquito in here. It's not necessarily music driven as far as my concern, but my concern about collectively around who's around as far as team. Now, y'all could be executing great business and making tons of money. Not getting in the way of that or challenging that or saying, because y'all definitely making more money than I am. I'm not, it's not even a secret. But my concern with Thug is for what he's doing, when I see something like this, while I might feel like it's sincere based on the characteristics I laid out in the beginning of this video, who he is and what he represents and what means something to him, optically, it comes off as bullshit. And it comes off as bullshit. And again, I'm gonna give my grace to say how I feel regarding his own intent, because I do believe he looks at young men that are in this type of situation as a way to give back, because he been getting in and out of trouble damn near his whole life. So I like Wallo said, these young men are what ages? He said between the ages of 14 and 24. I do believe that affects him because, by the time he was 14, he was earning that name of his. You feel me? But what I mean by optically is because we know that he has to do certain things for, his probation. But to the average person who doesn't have that same type of, and y'all could get on me for it. Y'all could say, well, Wayno, it's all bullshit because he's a gang member. And listen, I'm a gang member as well. I'm not a gang banger. You know what I mean? But I joined the gang when I was 14 years old. One of the worst decisions I ever made in my life, but you can't, we can't erase what we were, Shep. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't necessarily erase what you were, but you can change the trajectory of where you see yourself and where you see yourself going and your form of leadership. Now, there's a lot of people who are gang members that, start up different things in their communities and do different things to help others out. And that's why I said, for the representation that Thug may have, y'all got to get a hold of that social media, man. Y'all got to get a hold of that social media because, when he does a good deed and a good act like this, when I said optics, it comes off as performative. And if I feel this way, pretty sure that, the prosecutors or, the judge or whomever is in the state of Georgia, Fannie Willis, you know what I mean, that is totally against Thug, they might not see growth. We talk in different episodes about people who have made mistakes in their life, specifically the young streamers and shit, how they've talked crazy. Neon, he talked about black people unfavorably. He talked down on black people, and now it's like, yo, but I noticed that I want to do better, and I was disgusted by all of that. But then we like, yeah, but Neon, that was only last year, and you said a lot of hurtful things that, I ain't gonna front, man. Words don't be hurting me. But for an average person who might have not known you for that, they like, damn, he said that. And then it comes off as performative because in a person like a Neon's case, he's signed to Twitch and no longer with Kick, where Kick is a little bit more edgy. Totally different episode. We could talk about that on stream later or something like that. But for Thug, like I said, my concern lies with not necessarily the music, but the brand, right? truly humble on the God. That's the. I ain't laughing at you, Jeff. I ain't laughing at Jeff, man. I ain't laughing at Jeff because I love this nigga, man. I don't even know him. I love this nigga, man, because he's passionate. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things I love like about certain artists is their characteristics. Like I love his passion for certain things. So I ain't laughing at Jeff. You know, they knew what they was doing by the acronym truly humble under God and all of that, right? But when people see the tweets, when people might see the the IG stories, it doesn't come off as humble. And I'm also one of those people that believe that even the word humble to yourself now, yeah, you can be humble, but I feel like it's a word to kind of keep you in line, to kind of, people always tell you to be humble because they don't like when you turning up on shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you doing good. Like, let me tell you something. Yo, sis, you got that degree? Don't be humble. You feel me? Like you don't need to be humble. You don't need to be humble. You got that degree. You worked hard for it. You know what I'm saying? My boy, you got that CDL? Don't be humble now. You know what I mean? Now that doesn't mean to be arrogant, but you can display ways of confidence. There's ways for you to come across and speak confidently about the things that you achieved, that you've done, without it being disrespectful. Now, the thing about Thug is that he's a rapper. You know what I mean? He's an artist. And unfortunately, everything he does is going to be compared to his peers, specifically Gunna. But Gunna's doing this and he not doing that. And even myself, I've pointed out different things that he's done that Gunna hasn't done. And I mean, maybe that's hypocritical, but I'm a human being. Shit. Some days I like it. I like outside cold, and some days I like it hot. Pause. But I just think that team-wise, collectively, he has, and I've uttered this way too many times, he has an opportunity to do some shit that hasn't been done, to prove the doubters wrong. I'm not gonna doubt him. I'm still gonna support him because I do like his music, and like I said, I like a lot of parts of his characteristics. But he does have an opportunity to prove the doubters wrong. But that perception, man, I always tell you about that perception. That fucking cloud of perception, it be right over you. It be right over you, and it don't gotta be true. You know what I mean? But just it being there, it makes people look at things differently. It makes people hear the music differently, because I feel like whenever Thug does get an opportunity to deliver an album or deliver a new record or something, people are immediately gonna be looking to dislike it. And their dislike for him, or their disdain for him, is not gonna allow them to be objective, right? It's like, if he makes the greatest album ever, I mean, I'm hypothetically speaking, like, you know how y'all get, man. I love y'all, man, but y'all be like, how could Thug ever make the greatest album ever? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so much fun, a classic. I don't care what nobody say. Bar to six, Thug got joints. You just either like him or don't, and music is subjective. But if he makes a good body of work, right? If he makes a good body of work, it's gonna be greeted negatively based on how he operates socially. And I think that if you on his team, as a manager or an assistant, and even Thug, man, I mean, don't get me wrong. When I got these episodes, I don't know who the hell is watching. You know what I'm saying? If he got the opportunity to see this episode, I would basically, and I'm gonna say, like, bro, like, just focus on like what got you to the space you are today. The controversies, not that they didn't add to the mystique of Thug, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all remember that clip of Waka Flocka, and he like, yeah, if you play with him, it's gonna be Halloween for you and all of that, right? Like, the antics of the things that happen outside of music, they have added to like this feel of mystique to Thug. But bro, you good at making songs, man. You good at making songs, and I'm speaking on that from a fan's perspective. I'm speaking on that from a love perspective, because I got love for the brother. I want to see him do good. I'm saying I really want to see him do good, but I just think that he got to put that phone down. As far as operating on social, you got to step up the execution when you get an opportunity. Scheduling, I mean, I'm pretty sure that these is things that's being worked on. He's with 300. They're really good at what they do over there. So I'm not gonna, you know, discount the work that's being done or put in. But for myself, I just want to see Thug move away from all the noise that's going on socially and focus solely on music. Cause that's what we really here for. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm here for. You know what I mean? All of the colorful commentary around how a nigga doing or not, it always brings up a space for somebody to speak on something. But, you know what I mean? Like, want to see you do good, bro. Want to see you do good. So if you get an opportunity to see this or somebody sends this to you, much love. This is I do it myself. For the ones that rock with me, know how we doing. For the ones that don't, eventually will. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.